How you doing, YouTube? Tonight, I'm gonna tell you another episode of the Jalen Sessions. Now tonight, we got we got we got a Jalen Sessions special edition version. Now this is episode 3 of the Jalen Sessions, but this is a different episode. So tonight we have the bedtime version. So sit back and relax. Now, this is a story that happened to me a long time ago. So I was at, I want to say I was, let's see, I want to say I was 7, 8, 9, somewhere around there. 8, 9, somewhere around that age, or 10. But I woke up one morning. I went to sleep one night, and this is when I was living at my old house, my mom's our old home. I shouldn't be saying this. It's not my house. She paid the bills for it. So, and my dad. But one morning I went to sleep, and I was getting ready to go to bed because I had school in the morning. And then next thing you know it, I wake up the next morning. I wake up in the middle of the night, actually, and I wake up and there's blood all over my pillows and stuff, and I was like, where did this come from? And I saw on my face, my nose had been bleeding through the night and stuff and whatnot. And that's like the first time my nose was bleeding. I don't know what it had to be. Usually when my nose bleeds, it's either it's hot, or my nose is just bleeding, or it's just the air is dry, so my nose starts to bleed. But it's usually the air is dry, or it's too hot, so my nose starts to bleed. But yeah, that's the first time that my nose was bleeding, and it was at night too, so I couldn't tell what was going on. I turned on the lights. I saw it was blood on my pillow. I was like, what? Where did this come from? And I saw that and got a nosebleed. And then the second time I got a nosebleed, I know this is disgusting, but view discretion, some little discretion before you watch this. But the second time I got a nosebleed was at a basketball game when I was playing basketball for Glenwood Recreation Center in Greensboro, North Carolina. I was playing rec basketball for years, and this was 2016. I think this was the last year that I played basketball for Glenwood, before transitioning to like Ragsdale YMCA. I started playing basketball and soccer there. But I played basketball. I was on the basketball team, and we had a really great team. But one game I was playing, and after the game ended, I went home. Well, we lived in an apartment then at this time, because this is about 2015 through 2016, because this is when my mom was transitioning to getting her new house. Her house was being built, and we were still living in an apartment because we just moved out of our old house, and then we moved into the apartment. We lived in there for a couple of years, maybe like 2 or 3 years, but we were staying there because my mom was getting her house built, and and we've been here ever since. So but enough of that. But after I came home, my nose was bleeding, and I know, and my mom knew exactly why, because it was hot in the building on the basketball court that we were playing at, and I think I overexerted myself, and then my nose started bleeding, and it didn't stop either. I was scared. It didn't stop. Like, it was like, stop. I know how you can stop nosebleeds and stuff. I was scared because I lost. It was, you know, I was scared it was gonna keep on running, and some nosebleeds you can't like. It's gonna. It takes like at least 15 minutes for it to stop bleeding. It just depends who you are. I know this one girl, um, at elementary school. She used to get bad nosebleeds, and I'm not gonna make fun of her because that's rude. But I know she used to get really bad nosebleeds, and I felt really bad for her because she couldn't go outside. So yeah, really sad for her. But yeah, yeah. But I really hope she's better, doing well now. Um, but yeah, that it sucks to get a nosebleed, and I had some nosebleeds. Well, recently and stuff, and not as bad as those two times, but I have my nose has blood like bleed before you know start to get bloody, but you know not as bad as those times because I know one night my nose was bleeding. Usually when my nose is bleeding, it's like sometimes when it's spring, is May, pollen comes around, my nose starts to bleed because of the sinus and stuff. So yeah, but thank you for watching this special edition of the Jalen Sessions Bedtime Edition.